Hello, this is Sam Drinks Beer, and this is a beer review. So, something a little bit different today for me, anyway. I'm going to be reviewing an alcohol-free beer. I'm not sure I've ever actually had an alcohol-free beer before, certainly not in recent years. And one thing I have been wondering a lot recently about alcohol-free beer, and personally regarding my own alcohol intake, is can an alcohol-free beer scratch that itch for when you fancy a beer? Now, obviously you won't get the alcohol effects because it's 0.5% ABV, but can it, when you really fancy a beer, it's nice weather, can it scratch that itch? Now, there's a lot to cover in today's video because of the beer I'm reviewing as well has got a lot about it as well. So, the beer is Cloudwater and Good Karma Brewing collab of, what's the beer called? Free Your Mind. And this is part of a 4-pack with 3 other beers which did have alcohol in them. They were 6% single hop IPAs. I believe this is a single hop IPA as well, brewed with Talus. And Talus is quite a punchy hop, so you'd hope it might get sort of help with the blandness that non-alcohol beers get sort of criticised for. So it'll be interesting to see, but this pack of 4 beers comes in this box with the 3 others. So you got Embracing Otherness, which is a collaboration with Eco Brewery. One Way or Another, a collaboration with Rock Leopard. Free Your Mind, this one, which is a collab with Good Karma, and then I Love Fills the Air, which is a collab with Queer Brewing. Now, all 4 of these are minority-owned breweries. So, and Cloudwater have released this box into Tesco's along with the controversial core beers they've released. Now, a lot of people are criticising Cloudwater for this move in going into supermarkets. There has been, obviously, I think primarily the core range in particular, a lot of people are saying this box has just been released to try and pave over the controversy of the fact they're taking away their core range from indies and etc. And they've all been brewed at Brewdog as well. Not they're using Cloudwater's yeast and their recipes, but they're all being contract brewed at Brewdog. So that's sort of the Cloudwater argument. Cloudwater's argument there is, it's not taking up any space for us to brew beers which we sell exclusively to indies. However, there's been a lot of uproar in the industry particularly from the independent retailers, about Cloudwater going into supermarkets, because obviously they are rated as one of the best breweries in the UK. They're one of the few sort of UK breweries where, they actually get recognition outside the UK, considered by many. Even they've been included, I think, in the Rate Beer top 10 in the world before. So, a really, really good brewery. So it just seemed like a bit of a weird step from going to supermarkets, especially as in the past they've said categorically they wouldn't go into supermarkets. And also their insistence on cold chaining as well when selling to indies, which obviously on a Tesco shelf, they're not cold chained. But back to these 4 beers, which I think is a really cool thing. These 4 minority-owned breweries, so you've got Queer Brewing, who are LGBTQ+ owned. You've got Eco Brewery, who are owned by people of ethnic minority, as well as Rock Leopard as well, who have done a few collabs with Cloudwater in the past, who are also ethnic minority owned. And then there's Good Karma as well, again, guy of Indian heritage owns this one, so again, another ethnic minority owns it. And these in the past, it's really tough perhaps for these guys to get sort of their beers to the, you know, into the spotlight in this industry, what is very much sort of, you know, an industry dominated by white bearded men like myself. And you know, I think it's a really cool thing because all the profits of this, from this box, will go back into these 4 breweries. It's priced at £10 a box for the 4 beers in Tesco's. So yeah, really cool thing that Cloudwater are doing there. But yeah, a lot of the independents are still larvae. They're saying obviously it's paving over the sort of the controversy with the core range. But anyway, enough about the story behind the beer. Let's get on to this beer, because yeah, and see if this, you know, I will drink the 6% ones later, but let's see how this 0.5% beer, if, you know, it is Cloudwater's quality, despite the fact it's alcohol free and in a supermarket. So crack it open. It smells just like an IPA, you know, tropical, citrusy, a bit of melon as well, like quite a lot of melon. It's, oh bloody hell, it's very yellow. It looks like a bit like a soft drink, doesn't it? 0 head. Look at that. Doesn't look anything like a beer. It looks a bit like a sort of Fanta or a Tango, doesn't it? But still, it's got a good smell on it. It, you know, it smells like an IPA. You know, we've got that hoppy, tropical, lots of passion fruit coming off it. In particular, a bit of melon, as I mentioned. Yeah, it's interesting, but it does look like a soft drink, really, doesn't it? Let's dive into this. Very thin would be my first sort of observation, which I guess to be expected. Flavours are sort of quite similar to smell, really. Getting sort of light tropical notes. It's quite watery, like they're not overly strong flavours. I am getting a little bit of hoppiness, a little bit of tropical fruit, a bit of passion fruit, melon. Little light bitterness as well. Like I say, it's not, the flavours are quite subtle, but you know, it's not unpleasant at all, you know. But yeah, it's very thin, you know. The body is very much of a sort of sparkling soft drink, which I guess it is a soft drink, isn't it? You know, it's an alcohol-free beer. It's not. But I mean, it looks. I mean, look at the body. It's just no head. It's you know, they really haven't sort of got it to sort of look like a beer, or really have the sort of feel of a beer, but it does taste a bit like a beer at least. But just very thin and watery, you know. But I mean, like I said, I don't really have a benchmark to compare this to. Like I said, I've never really had an alcohol-free beer before. I think I might have had an alcohol-free lager a very long time ago, like a macro lager, I think possibly Cobra or some alcohol-free or something. I'm talking years ago. I don't think I was even an adult when I had this, so we're talking, could be over 10 years ago, like. So, but to be honest, I've had worse alcohol beers like than this, but it's just not. It's a pleasant, refreshing drink. To be honest with you, it's it's. I suppose you call it like hot water or something. You know what I mean? It's not unpleasant. I'm not going to be one of these sort of edgy people on Untappd to go give it 0.25 and you go, oh, it tastes horrible. It's got no out these alcohol in it. Ooh. It's perfectly pleasant. Like, it's just not a lot going on. Well, let me rephrase that. There is stuff going on, but it's very faint. It's but it's it's a perfectly pleasant drink. Does it cure the itch for a beer? I don't know. It's it's hard to say because it is leaving sort of like a beery aftertaste in the mouth, sort of on the finish. So I'm not. I think it could. It could scratch that itch for a beer. It's if you just wanted on a nice sort of hot day, perhaps with a barbecue, you'd drive to your parents or your mates or something, so you can only have one beer with alcohol in, really, depending on the ABV. It would be nice, sort of in the sun, drinking this. It's refreshing. It's perfectly pleasant. I don't really know how I'd rate it because I don't have a benchmark of alcohol-free beers, really. I guess if I was to compare it to normal beers, maybe I don't think I'd even rate it that lowly. I mean, if it was compared to normal beers, it's probably average. It's fairly average, but it's pleasant. It's better than it. I'd still drink this over a Budweiser, if I'm being honest. Or a shitty, mass-produced macro lager like that. So I'd give it like a 3 or Untappd. I'd possibly give a bit more just because it is an alcohol-free beer, and let's say 3 for the sake of this, but I might add on a few points because just to boost its average rating, because it's perfectly pleasant, perfectly passable, refreshing. It gets points on refreshment. It's the flavour's nice. There are notes there, faint, but there's notes. The body ain't great, but I wasn't expecting a good body, and I wasn't expecting fireworks from this. And it's crisp, it's refreshing, I can't fault it really for what it is. If I get that 4-pack again, there's a lot of people complaining about that 4-pack, going, oh, I don't want an alcohol-free beer if my beer's and stuff, but it gives you something for every occasion, really. You got your free alcohol beers for your Friday night, Saturday night, and you've got a nice sort of refreshing alcohol-free beer just to drink like on a Thursday night, like tonight. It's just, or if you're driving to your mates and you want to have a beer there, you've got, it's an option. And what, it does feel like I'm drinking a beer. It feels, So to answer my sort of conundrum at the start of the video, whether an alcohol-free beer would scratch that itch of an alcohol beer, I think it possibly could, and it's something I want to try more alcohol-free beers just to, possibly try and reduce my alcohol intake, and just gives me another option and others another option. So this is good. It's all right. It's pleasant. I'd drink it again. Don't be put off if you see want to buy the other free beers, you know, and you see there's an alcohol-free beer in the 4-pack. Don't be put off by that. It's fine. It's all right. And if you think about it, you know, even if you think of it getting free beers, what's it, £10 for? So it's what, £3.33 for a 6% IPA is still decent price, isn't it? Even just think about that, you get the alcohol-free beer for free. Yeah, alcohol-free beer for free. That's how you got to think of it. That's sort of how I thought of it, and I thought I've got nothing to lose because I want the free 6% beers. I'm supporting a good cause by buying these 4 beers. So yeah, it's good. So yeah, I've rambled on enough on this video. I think it's probably going to be my longest one yet, just because of the amount of subjects I covered, as well as, I mean, I think I've probably drank the beer for about 2 minutes. But anyway, you know what to do by now. Like, subscribe, follow me on my Instagram, SamDrinksBeer93, add me on Untappd SamDrinksBeer93. See you next time. Goodbye.